Well, our first comedian of the night is a guy whose idea of a balanced diet is a drink in each hand. With that, please welcome our first comedian, Karthik Sivakumar.
I'll make this quick. That's what I said to my wife on our wedding night. Alright, what's up everybody? My name is Karthik, and some of you may be thinking right now, wow, that guy has a great radio face. True story, as a kid, during Halloween, I used to have to trick-or-treat over the phone. I may be the whitest sounding brown guy you've ever seen. True story, I've had relatives actually hang up on me because they think they've called the wrong number. Never really fit in growing up. I was born in India, moved to Canada at a very young age. Being a brown kid in the 90s in Calgary had a few challenges, so we say. Not used to the cold, not used to the language, left-handed. Also, it didn't help that I looked like an outsourced Neville Longbottom. I remember my first assembly when they called us all to the gym and they made us sit down in a row. And as soon as we sat down, we all stood back up and everybody broke out into a song that everybody knew but me. So I did what anyone would do in that situation, faked my way through it and hoped that nobody knew that I didn't know the lyrics to Oh Canada. After that, every time I saw Jim on the schedule, I was terrified of having to fake my way through that song. That's probably where my lifelong aversion to working out comes from. Deep childhood trauma. Just to fuck with me, just before high school, my parents decided to move back to the motherland, Brampton. This was, of course, after I'd become a coconut, brown on the outside, white on the inside. And the icing on that shit cake was the fact that we lived a block from a street called Whitewash Way. Yeah. So, I've never really been good at sports or any type of physical activity in general. If aliens invaded tomorrow, I really just hope that the United Earth Army had a division dedicated to trivia, or recalling movie quotes. With no capability comes great insecurity. I've always been pretty insecure about my physical well-being. Getting older doesn't help. I recently turned 31. In my 20s, I could be like, hey guys, last night on an empty stomach, I drank 10 shots of tequila, smoked 3 joints, and I just walked an hour and a half to work. Let's do this. And now, you'll have a few beers with dinner, and you're like, shit, don't blink so loud. And who the fuck turned on the sun? I love nature documentaries. Not as much as I used to, though. They're so ominous these days. It's all like they've been deep fried in a feeling of doom. It used to be that you watch them and you'd be like, wow, the world is an amazing place. And now you're like, holy shit, this is why we all need to die. If they had a tagline now, it would be, this is why we can't have nice things. Case in point, anyone seen the Planet Earth documentaries with David Attenborough?
Yeah!
Our Planet, or as he would say, Our Planet. Drinking game, watch an episode every time he drinks, or every time he says the word planet, you take a drink. Although, if he drinks too, that'd be fun. It used to be, he'd be like, here is a polar bear, the majestic king of the Arctic. Watch as he devours a baby seal in front of its mother. Truly, one of the most spectacular sights on our planet. And now it's like, here is a bear, and here's why it's fucked. Humans have destroyed its habitat, and this bear will starve, old and alone. Unless it's kind on our planet. And whatever you do, don't watch it high. It'll feel like he's blaming you. With your carbonated beverages and your potato chips. You are everything that is wrong with our planet. At this rate, it's just going to be, the next one of those is going to be him sitting in front of a camera saying,
congratulations, you fucked it all up. And this is why we can't have nice things.
My name is Karthik. You guys are great.
Karthik Sivakumar.